This isn't just a rebuild, this is the Istanbul derby and it's father versus son. On one side we have Galatasaray, a stacked squad ready to win right now with Leroy Sané and Victor Osimhen joining the club, with my dad as their new manager. On the other is Fenerbahce, they are the underdogs and now chasing their rivals, playing catch up, and that's my job, close the gap and overtake. We're going head to head across multiple seasons with a point system to determine the winner. Trophies and matches against each other decide everything. He's got the better team, but I've got the rebuild. And by the end of this, only one club runs Istanbul, and there's only one of us that gets to say they've won. Yes, Dad, we're off to Turkey, one of the most fierce rivalries in the world.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
The immortal derby, I think it is. Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. And lately, a lot of money's been pumped into Turkey.
Definitely, yeah. I mean,
just by these alone.
My striker alone, we just can't believe he stayed in Turkey.
Yeah.
But obviously the wages are paying him and all that, so I would so much love Spurs to buy him. But yeah, he wants to stay in hell, so welcome to hell.
I mean, you've got quite a lot of new players, really, that's in there. But we'll have a look at the transfer history, because you signed a couple of players too. Selling Gabriel Sara.
Yes.
Which I was surprised with. I thought that's the type of player that you usually like. But £30 million on the out.
When you're in the championship and things like that, he is a good goal scorer, but I just don't think he's good enough for this league, I don't think.
All right, well, Coop Miners has joined the club.
Brought him as a good midfielder to supply the strike force, really.
Yeah, so he joins for £25 million, and then you've also got Özcan, who is Dortmund player, £7 million, but of course, Turkish.
That's right.
Now, I don't think the rules are as strict as what they used to be, because from my memory, it used to be that you had to have 5 Turkish players in the starting 11.
It was something like that. I wasn't taking any chances. I just thought I'd just check to see how many Turkish players was available. He was available. I liked him. Just takes another box for me.
I think they've changed it now so that you can technically field a full 11, but you can only register a certain amount of non-EU players, as well as a couple of non-EU players that are under 22.
Right.
So I think they have altered the rules from what they were, but yeah, that's it. It's finding the best Turkish players, because a lot of them never want to go back to Turkey.
No, that was a problem, yeah.
Or they're too expensive. You can't really pick them out of any other side outside of Galatasaray and Fenerbahce because nobody wants to move to a rival club.
No, they don't, do they? Don't do that, do they?
No, that's it.
Ooh.
So you've signed this man. I mean, never played in Turkey, so he kind of gets away with it. But a lot of them in the past, or we've signed them in real life, and in real life they've played for the other team. But like, ooh. Kicking things off then, before we have a look at the rest of your squad, you're going very attacking in this season number 1.
Well, yeah, I mean,
understandably why.
I'm supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, so I've got to play like that, haven't I? So I'm just going to go for it, just full out attack.
Obviously, the likes of İlkay Gundogan, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League.
That's sitting sort of midfield beyond the front two is just so good. Really.
Yeah, Icardi and Osimhen up front.
Yes, and
two very good strikers.
And then I've got 2 very good strikers come wingers as well, really.
Leroy
Sané. This guy will get me some goals, definitely.
And then, of course, we've got on this side Barış Alper Yilmaz, who's, again, very good. I know he's 25.
Yes.
So a homegrown talent being that
I could have him for the whole 5 seasons, really, couldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Your best player for the midfield, Lucas Torreira, who, of course, you absolutely love as a former Arsenal player.
Yeah, of course I do.
We've got a couple of players at the back. Davison Sanchez, who you were a big fan of when he was at Spurs. You hated him.
I did. I'm so glad you left.
And then we've got a couple of other players. Singo, I recognise. Wilfried Singo is always good on Football Manager too. So the likes of Zaniolo and Wilfried Zaha is out on loan. I don't think they're there to stay
Wilfried
either.
Zaha is just... He won't be doing much for me when he comes. I'm just glad. When I seen him out on loan, I thought, good.
Yeah. So let's look at then my Fenerbahce side, because although they haven't splashed as much money as what Galatasaray have, they still have a decent team, and I think that's why we sort of chose to do this league, because although squad-wise you would imagine Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are kind of on the same level, really aren't when you look at the players. Because my best player, Ederson in goal, which is, amazing. He's 32. Then it's Marco Asensio, who of course was at Aston Villa last year, but he's gone to Fenerbahce, which I was quite surprised with. I didn't actually know happened. 29 years of age, quality player in terms of technical and some mental attributes. Physical's not so much, which of course isn't as good in Football Manager. He's still a very good player, though. Then it's Milian Skriniar, so we've got a good centre-back option there, but not exactly agile. We don't necessarily have the striking options that you have. Nelson Semedo, we've got a right-back. Then we've got En-Nesyri, who is basically my best striker. As much as I've had joy of him in the past, he's been nerfed a little bit, I think, on this Football Manager. The pace isn't what it used to be. He's got 16 pace, but not great acceleration, agility, or balance. Can finish. No good first touch or dribbling. So, yeah, we might be struggling a little bit for goals because he hasn't scored at the start of the season. He's got 1 in 3 games there in the league, 0 in Champions League qualifications. Now, I didn't bring any players into my side because I only had £5 million with an okay wage budget, but I wasn't going to be finding anybody to bring in for this season number 1. So, I've set my team up with a 4-2-3-1, but we have gone narrow in terms of the 3 up front, and we've brought an advanced wing-back up because we've got Archie Brown, who I quite like, in that advanced wing-back role. So Asensio's tucking in next to Talisca, who is quite a good shadow striker type of play. He plays in that attacking midfield. We've got our own Turkish winger in Kerem, who not quite as good as yours, I don't think, but he isn't bad at all. Of course, we've got my favourite Manchester United midfielder of the last decade, Fred. Isn't it crazy, McFred? That Man United used to have Fred and McTominay. And we'd probably be better off now if we had Fred and McTominay in our midfield.
Probably would be, yeah.
Alvarez is a loan signing from West Ham, who does have a loan to buy option. I think it's just quite a lot of money, though, so I don't know whether I'll be acting. Right, we just had to stop because Dad thought he was going to die of a coffin fit. But as I was saying, 4-2-3-1. But with an advanced wing-back and a narrow sort of 2 up front with Asensio dropping into more of a free role. So that's what we're looking at. Let's have a look at the start of the season and how we've been getting on. We've had Champions League qualification and we've actually got through despite losing to Benfica at the end there. However, bad start in terms of the league. We've drawn against this team here. And I'm so sorry, people who Turkish. I'm going to struggle naming some of these clubs, especially that one. Alanyaspor, who I think I've nailed. At home 3-0, terrible result. Antalyaspor 2-1. Which was also a terrible result. But we did beat Benfica 3-1 and got through to the Champions League and knocked out Feyenoord, who, to be honest, is 2 teams I would not expect to actually defeat. So I don't know how we've managed to pull this off at this point. But anyway, we've got Champions League football. We've got Frankfurt and Newcastle coming up. Marseille. We've got a good run until you get to Real Madrid, Sporting. But let's have a look, Dad, at your results at the start of the season. Because they've been a little bit better. Not amazing, no.
No.
You've also lost the game against Besiktas.
Yeah, that's not a good game to lose against neither.
Not at all. The 3rd team from Istanbul, who's obviously got a bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Rida Samsunspor away from home as well, 2-2. So again, a bad result. 2-0 up as well.
Yes.
And lost
even
that
worse, yes.
But you have got 2 wins already, and of course you've already qualified for the Champions League with some big games coming up. So season number 1 then, let's see how we do in Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. Alright, well this is a bit embarrassing. Because neither of us have won the league. And it's not even Besiktas who's won it. Samsunspor has won the league. Rida Samsunspor. So that's the first time they've ever won the league as well.
I can't say I've even heard of that team in that league. So
I recognise Samsunspor. I don't know if they've changed it to Rida Samsunspor recently. But 2025, they did come in 3rd place. That's the highest that they've ever finished up until now. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. First season that we take over, they win the league. Let's all look at Trabzonspor instead, because they got relegated and they should not be getting relegated. Definitely not. Down in 17th place there.
Goes to show it's a funny league, isn't it?
Dear, oh dear. You've got Victor Osimhen and you did not win the league.
I know, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
You scored 126 goals.
It's nearly doubled what they've
and didn't win the league. That's crazy. So let's take a look at this a little bit more. I had the most possessions, 60%. You had the most clean sheets and goals and still didn't win the league.
I draw a lot of games in because I only lost one more game than they did.
No, you lost one more game but drew exactly the same.
Was it?
Yeah. Highest average rating, Victor Osimhen had an 8 average rating. He scored 37 goals in 34 games.
I said I'd not win this league.
And Leroy Sané got 18 assists. So he had the most shots as well. He had the most man of the matches. But somehow he doesn't have a league title medal. That's crazy. Cannot believe that. So we're on Fenerbahce. What about the cup? Well, the cup was won, unfortunately, by Dad, who beat Ayupspor 5-2 in the final. Even with 10 men there, Victor Osimhen got one. Lucas Torreira got sent off after 12 minutes. He still went on to win it. But unfortunately, I did not get very far. So quarterfinal here, and I'm still not in this group stage by the looks of it. I was eliminated in the group stage. That is terrible. Football Manager, I really wish you could bring back the thing where it tells you where you're eliminated in the competition. That would be ideal. The Champions League was won by PSG. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Real Madrid and Man City in the final. So PSG was the last one, so we don't quite know where we got in that. So again, let's have a look. Round of 16. Neither of us are in that. Must be the league phase. You finish in 11th place. I finished in 32nd. So one of us got to knockout playoff round. It was you, Dad, and you were eliminated by Borussia Dortmund 4-3 on aggregate. So yeah, you've won a domestic cup. We haven't won the league. We didn't get very far in the Champions League either. Not great for Turkish football.
No.
In season 1.
I'm going to take it just because I've won something.
I say not great, unless you're a Samsonspor fan.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Or just a hater of both Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. But there we go. Now, squad-wise, Dad, let's have a look at how this season went. If you're looking at this, you think, whoa, we must have dominated. Because you got 46 goals from Victor Osimhen and 36 from Mauro Icardi.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, there's over 100 goals there and just 4 strikers in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How didn't I win that league?
Oh, no
it just
idea.
goes to show sometimes someone's name can be on a trophy, and it wasn't mine this time.
No. Leroy Sané, 27 assists. And then Yunus Akgün, who is kind of like a squad rotational player there. 13 goals, 22 assists. There's so many players who are scoring goals here. Just couldn't keep them out of the net. And that's the trouble. Next season, though, you got £41 million with a very big wage budget. That's a lot of money for Turkey. But, of course, they have been splashed it around lately in the Turkish league. Fenerbahce, let's have a look at my squad before we take a look at the points and goals games against each other. Mine's a little bit different. En-Nesyri, 21. Asensio and Talisca both with 18. Kerem with only 13 and 14. But I've got £46 million as well, just a lot less in the wages. So games against each other is what it comes down to. I can already see I have got a point, so thank God for that. I beat you there 2-1 away from home, and En-Nesyri with the winner there, which is great. But outside of that, let's have a look at the other result. We've got one there where you beat me 1-0, Victor Osimhen, second minute, and that's the only time that we have actually played against each other this season. So let's have a look at the points. Season 1 points, and Omega Luke with 1 and Dad with 5.
My key signing this season is my new right back. I needed someone who was just as good going forward as he is defending, and this guy does that for 20 million.
Out of the many great signings I think I made this summer, Vitor Roque I think just takes it as my key signing. Still only 22 years of age and has all the potential of being the best player in this league. Yes, now Vitor Roque joins the club, potentially just as good a player in the future as Victor Osimhen. That's a big call, but he could do it. But he's not the only guy that we have brought into the club that I think could make us title contenders this season, because we've also brought in Memphis Depay.
Yes.
Very good player indeed.
Good player,
yeah, only 32 years of age, so we've got a couple of years left. He was obviously playing in Brazil and enjoying his time there. He was scoring quite a lot of goals. Well, free transfer. We've brought him over to Turkey. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists in 6 games. Very good start to the season already for Memphis. And Lorenzo Pellegrini, one of the players we spent quite a lot of money on as well. £14 million from Roma. I think that's a really good signing. That sort of attacking-sided midfielder, 30 years of age. Alongside, of course, Vitor Roque, who's going to go up front. Amara Diop was already a player that was joining the club anyway. Not really going to feature, I don't think. Doesn't exactly have the best potential. But Antonino Gallo from Lecce is my new left back. Good signing for free transfer. Not bad at all. And then we finally got Atakan Karazor from Stuttgart. £13 million for a very good Turkish defensive midfielder. Mentality monster, not bad physicals, great personality as well to have in the dressing room. So, good players bringing into the club. As I said, quite a lot of good players that I think could have been my key signing. But we are trusting Vitor Roque up front now in a one-striker formation. We got a 4-3-3. We got a half-back for Atakan, who is 6'4", drops into that centre-back role, split him between Skriniar and Oosterwolde, who will sort of go into a back 3, whilst a play-making winger in Semedo, who is very good on the ball, as you can see. Well, I say very good. He's got 12 for passing and vision, but great first touch, good technique, etc. Will occupy these spots here while Atakan drops in. We've got playmakers in Pellegrini. Asensio is that inside forward. Kerem as a wide forward. This is something I've never really tried with a 4-3-3 this year. I've always tried to be a little bit more experimental, but after how bad last season was, Yeah, we're going for this. Vertical tiki-taka style. Start of the season then. We have lost a game, unfortunately, against Konyaspor. We've gone a little bit further as well because the transfer window only just ended on like the 13th. So we went a little bit further than usual. But we are in the Europa League, which could be an advantage for us.
Definitely,
with the points. We beat Servette 1-0 and 2-4 in the Europa League playoff, which means we are in that competition. We've already beaten Molde in one of the games. But of course, we've lost a league game and we've drew a league game already. And we've defeated Dad 3-0. So we've picked up a point on day one of the season, August the 8th, and already we've got a derby. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Outside of that, though, how has Dad done? Well, the transfers in the club, some big ones. Van der Bremt, of course, was your key signing. A decent right back, attacking and defending. Can barely speak today. But Alexander Nubel from Bayern Munich, goalkeeper.
Wasn't going to be right if I didn't buy a goalkeeper, would it? So,
yeah.
I felt like I needed a better keeper than what I had. He's only 29, so he's going to do me for the rest of the rebuild. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Then we've got Arda Güler on loan. Very good player. And, of course, former Fenerbahce player too. So, there's the first one. The first traitor already, and it's coming season 2.
I mean, I've seen this guy out for loan. I thought, I can't turn that down. Such a good price for loaning him out as well. I just thought he's going to fit in that sort of position where...
Gundogan,
that's the one. He's going to replace him, I think, during the season as well. So, I think this guy can score me quite a few goals as well going forward.
All right, then we've got Lewis Ferguson from Bologna for £25 million. So that's a great signing.
I think this guy's such a good midfielder as well. He's he right through the spine of the team there, so he can play defensive or attacking. So, yeah, I got him in for a good price as well.
Yeah. Now, you suggested Van der Bremt was your key signing. But one of the best signings potentially could be Mark Guehi.
Yeah, definitely. On a freebie as well. Yeah, there's a position where I felt I really needed that sort of head, good experience head on him. Probably, he could easily become a captain of the team, really. And on freebie as well, I just thought, wow, what a signing that's going to be. Sorry, Liverpool fans, but I got him for nothing.
Yeah, Galatasaray signed him. Okay, so the matchday squad: 4-2-3-1, in and out of possession. Van der Bremt locked in. Lewis Ferguson in there as well.
Just to make sure they played in the positions where I wanted them to play.
Yeah, when you don't pick them, best 11 pick puts Ilkay Gundogan there and Singer, which is the reason why those players have been locked in. But we know you've lost one game of the season. However, you have already defeated Spurs 1-0 away from home as well.
I was pleased with that result. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And that is the only game against myself that you dropped any points or didn't pick up a win, which kind of makes me quite proud, to be honest. But there we go.
Such a good start for me. I hope for this season for myself, I think.
Besiktas defeated them 4-2. Obviously, they were tricky.
Got the one back on them from last season at the start of the season. So, yeah.
So it's up for grabs now. We are neck and neck at the top of the league. Samsunspor's dropped a few points already. They've nearly lost as many games as last year. 10 points they've got already. So it's our time this time to win the league. But which one out of the two of us is going to do it first? Well, it's Fenerbahce who have lifted their title, getting 82 points to 79, just one win. Very close one. And again, goal difference-wise, you dominated. You would have absolutely...
I mean, to be honest, I'd be disappointed if I didn't.
Yeah.
With having Victor in my team. So, I'm disappointed by that. That's so bad.
I've got the highest possession again. You had the most clean sheets again. How do you keep scoring the most goals, keeping the most clean sheets, still not winning? Although I did have the fewest conceded. But that is crazy. Victor Osman with 32 goals this season. Leroy Sané with 16.
Them two are not letting me down, are they?
Most clean sheets, Nubel, all of your players. None of them, again, picking up winners' medals, though. Come on! 5 points there for Gryffindor.
I bet Victor wants to leave already.
Yeah. So, very good start to season number 2. But the cup, unfortunately, was not won by me. Dad beat Besiktas 5-3 in the final. So you haven't gone without a trophy this season.
Yeah,
5-3 against Besiktas.
As well against them, so yeah.
But unfortunately, I was in the Europa League, didn't win it. Lille beat Benfica in the final. So let's see how far I got. Round of 16, knocking out Dynamo Kiev. Quarter-final, Karabag 4-1 on aggregate. Semi-final, losing to Benfica 6-4.
Done them last season.
Yeah, knocked them out of the Champions League last season.
They got the revenge on you this season.
And they go on through to the final. They didn't win though, did they? Hey, Lille beat Man United in the other semi-final.
They got the curse, didn't they?
Yeah. So the league phase, I finished in the top 6, so I didn't actually play in the playoff. I only lost one game there, so not too bad. But I really could have done with that. An extra 6 or 7 points that we dedicate for that would have been crucial. It's 6 points, of course, for the Europa League. That would have been great. But I got the 5 points winning the league. You got 3 for winning the cup. But what about results against each other? Now, I've already picked up the 1 point at the start of the season. But I feel like we'll be playing, obviously, a little bit later on in the season or midway through the season. We got another one there, which is the Super Cup, which I defeated you. So I've got 7 points here already, which is great for a Super Cup win. But in the other result against each other, you defeated me 2-1. 86th minute winner from Victor Osman.
Scoring the goals for me there.
Yeah, so that was the last time that we actually crossed paths, as you can see, throughout the season. So you have picked up some points, but I think I might have picked up more this season anyway. Squad, let's have a look at my squad. We've got 22 goals from Victor Roque, 21 and 10. It's not bad, it's just not the levels that, of course, you were hitting. 10 and 19 for Depay is not too bad either. Pellegrini, 15. I've got 7 million. Oh, is the money dried up already? Or are we just a little bit too early? We're still in May. Dad, let's have a look at your Champions League campaign. Knocked out in the knockout playoff round by Tottenham Hotspur. After beating them in the league phase, they knocked you out in the knockout playoff round. Liverpool went on to beat Real Madrid in an epic 7-2 final. But there's the final. 4-0 in the second leg. 7-1 on aggregate. Yeah. Not great there.
Got to be a good team to come down and win like that.
And even Spurs can do it. Crazy. How many goals in total did they get this season? 49 in 49
games. I'm looking at that again and thinking, why come I didn't win? The guy I got brought him in on loan. There you go. Look, scored me 17 goals, 10
17
assists.
and 10.
That's what I got him in for.
Yeah. Even Lewis Ferguson got 17 as well.
Done a good job as well. Yeah. So I'm pleased with that. That's really good. You know, the new signings coming in. The goalkeeper was the new signing as well.
The right back, key signing, 21 assists.
Yeah, that's what got him in there for. Like I said, he can go forward. I'm pleased with it in one way, but disappointed again. I'm missing out. I should be winning. Should be winning with the amount of goals I'm scoring.
You could always sell Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
He's only worth 24 million, even though he has 2 years left on his deal.
Not an open house chance.
What is that valuation? That is terrible. I know it's supposed to be sort of real.
He's still in his prime.
Turkish clubs are never going to sell someone like Victor Osimhen for 25 million.
No.
That would just never happen. Transfer budget. Right now, you don't have anything and over the wages.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if anything crops up when we go into June, of course. But right now, we don't have anything. Let's have a look at the points. Season 2 is Omega Luke with 7 and Dad with 5, meaning the total points after 2 seasons is Luke with 8 and Dad with 10.
My key signing for Season 3 is an attacking midfielder who is only 22 years old that I signed for 11 million, who I think be worth every penny.
Ansu Fati is my key signing, a Barcelona talent that I picked up for less than £10 million and still in his prime years too. Well, Dad, I sold En-Nesyri. He's gone for £6 million to Al Tawoun, so we had to bring in some more attacking force. And Ansu Fati for almost just £3 million more, I think is definitely worth it because he can play up front, mainly off the left. Vinicius Tobias is a very cheap right back, £4.1 million. Again, only 23. Bit of a bargain there. Always really good. Already got 2 goals in the league from fullback. Not too bad.
No.
And then Kasper Ubanski from Legia, £5 million. And this was found using the recruitment transfer room in. Needed a centre midfielder. Asked on that. This man just got suggested or approached, and we were like, yep, let's get the deal done. So Kasper's joined from Poland, £5 million. I think that's a bit of a bargain signing that we've got there, so very good indeed. Let's have a look then at the tactic. We're keeping with what we had last season after winning the league. I think we'd be silly to change it, especially after season 1's disaster. But the best 11 pick, very much similar with Ubanski and Ansu Fati coming into the team. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Now, at the start of the season, we haven't played each other this time round. However, I am 5 wins from 5. Love to see that. Haven't played anybody amazing yet.
Still got the 3 points every game, though, haven't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, Dad. Obviously, your key signing was that attacking midfielder, who was very good, to be honest. Batrikov.
Well, I lost the player that I had to send back off loan. So
Arda is gone.
Really. So I feel I've done that really well.
And you have made a little bit of money as well. So £8 million out, £15 million in. The other guy that came in was Keita Kosugi, who is a Japanese left back.
Well, I had a problem with my left back. When I was looking at, he's getting near the end of his contract, so I just approached him to see if he would sign a new contract, and he said he wouldn't. He's got 1 more year left, and I was a bit worried about sort of having next season not be able to get hold of one. This guy here, yeah. So, yeah, I've bought another left-back who's going to be his substitute, I feel.
Yeah, but then he ended up signing a new deal.
Yeah, I think when I bought in someone, he thought, well, he's just as good. I think I'll stay.
Yeah.
Which I was pleased with because he's Turkish as well, so I was happy with that.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 good left-backs now.
Switching things up, though, to a 4-1-4-1, in and out of possession.
I'm just going to play a little bit more attacking, I think, now. So I'm going to have a go at you now.
Yeah, locking Ferguson in.
Yeah.
Coop Miners normally goes in there instead, but yeah, this is the team that would look at.
This is my Kevin Keegan tactics. I'm definitely going to score more goals than you every time now.
Well, you've already been doing that.
Yeah,
but
I've been conceding goals though, haven't I, as well? So I've just got to make sure I score like 4 or 5 more than everybody else, though.
All right, fair enough.
There we go. See if I'm leading goal scorers again this season.
Well, start of the season you have dropped points, and it's not been an amazing start either. You did knock out Ajax.
Oh, that's a great result.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Antwerp as well, quite easily. But yeah, you've lost points there. Lost to Besiktas 2-0. Drew in this fixture here. And another one there.
Yes.
Sipai Bodrum FK.
I'm just hoping that
bad results.
Sometimes I'll pick a team that just draws too many games. And I'm just hoping that this ain't going to be it now, really. Sometimes I get attacked at where I think I'm really attacking. I'm going to go for it. I just draw silly games.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this is not going to be this season.
You are scoring goals, though.
Yeah.
Because even in the...
I'm going to score goals, aren't I?
Yeah, the games that you drop in points, other than the Besiktas one, which is the only game you haven't actually scored a goal in yet.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. But I'm intrigued now after I won the league last year and Samsunspor won the league the year before, who have also started very well.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
There's 4 teams who started with 5 wins from 5, which is rather
unusual.
That doesn't happen very often, does it?
No, it don't, does it? No, because usually one of those teams have played each other.
Yeah, that's it.
It's weird that none of them have played each other.
Yeah, in
yet.
20 fixtures, none of those.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But season preview still puts you as odds-on favourites.
Well, I should do, really. I mean, probably got one of the best keepers in the league, best striker in the league.
Oh, I've got the best keeper.
Well, I've got to be close, haven't I?
If we're looking at obviously the Dream 11, there's actually only one player that doesn't come from our squad, and that is Erkan Kurcu, who is, of course, the former Feyenoord Youth Academy prospect who is Turkish, now playing at Besiktas. So he's the only player that isn't got a Galatasaray or a Fenerbahce shirt on that's in this Media Dream 11 here. So, interesting stuff. There's some players that I wouldn't expect to be in there too. So... yeah, your new left back being one of them.
I've just looked at that. I'm pleased with that. My new left back being
there.
He's
gone straight in there. But there we go. All right, season number 3 then. Dad's still with our league title. Let's see what happens. Well, Dad, you got the league title this time round.
Where did that come from, eh?
Yeah.
Only lost 4 games at the end of the season. Lost 4 and drew 4. I mean,
scored a lot less too, funny enough.
That's just weird,
only conceded 30 goals this season.
Yep.
But there we go.
I'm pleased with that. Got there in the end.
Yeah. Samsunspor again, finishing in second.
They done really well, didn't they?
They're starting to do my head in, I'll be honest. Didn't expect this to be a 3-horse race.
We didn't, did we?
No, we were kind of thinking it was just going to be between us two, and you be dominant, and I'd just be chasing for a while, which is, of course, what we've been doing in the rebuilds lately. But yeah, where's this coming from? Crazy stuff. But let's have a look then at the league itself, the league profile, and see the goals again. 93 for yourself. Again, I'm having the most possession, most clean sheets, and fewest conceded. Not the top scorer, Victor Osman.
No.
He did get the highest average rating, 7.56. Pellegrini with the most key passes. Pass completion, fun enough, is Edison, 96%. But Nubel with the most clean sheets. So neither of our players are getting the most goals or assists this year.
I probably just shared it around a bit more, I'm hoping, really.
Yeah, well, especially with that tactic, you think. You didn't score as many, but still the most in the league. What about the Turkish Cup? Now, this season, Galatasaray beat Fenerbahce in the final. 6-5. Now, we did miss last season on season 2. You knocked me out of the semi-final, which is something we didn't mention, but we made sure we tallied it up in the points. This season, you beat me in extra time in the final, and let's face it, that's the best cup final in Turkish history.
Yeah, gotta be.
Like, that's absolutely mental because, I mean, Victor Osman scored 4 goals within 77 minutes. I then equalised in the 93rd minute to make it 5-all in 90 minutes. Only for Batrikov to score in the 116th. And somehow I still couldn't score after that. Crazy stuff. So,
what a final.
What makes it even funnier, it was 1-0. all the way up until the 45th minute when Vitor Roque scored in the 46th.
Yeah.
At that point, we're going into half-time at 1-1, and the game finishes 5-5. It was 8 second-half goals. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, what a game that was. You pick up the 3 points, plus obviously defeating me in the final there, very annoyingly. But I did beat you in the Super Cup. So I do win a point for that. I don't get any points for winning the Super Cup. We don't give points out for that. But we do give points out for beating you in Super Cup games, which we've done there 2-0. Very much a boring game in comparison to the other cup final. PSG beat Spurs in the Champions League final on penalties. Let's see how we both got on in that competition. So you finished 23rd qualifying. There. I did not finish in the playoff spot. So you went into the knockout playoff round and were defeated by Lille, who of course won the Europa League the season before. 6-1. Are we just really overrating this team, or are we just bad at the game?
After that first season, I would say bad at the game.
We're bad at the game, aren't we? We have got some great players here.
Yeah, we have,
really chucking this away. But you can see now we're only human. We do make mistakes. My disappointing Fenerbahce side, 32 goals from Vitor Roque, who, quality. 10 assists as well. 19 from Asensio. He's 32 now. What's his natural fitness like? 16. We were right for a year or two. Pellegrini, 13 and 16. Ansu Fati, 19 assists. Not bad. Rubanski just joining the club. 14 assists with 7 goals. Recruitment, we've got £14 million with a decent wage. That's one player, really. Might be looking at some free transfers again. Dad, before we take a look at the final points tally and the results against each other in other competitions, let's have a look at your squad. It's always quite interesting to see. Victor Osimhen, 36.
Not so many this season, but I'll still take that. That's still good. Yeah.
Yunus with 19 and 15. Leroy Sané with 17.
He's consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, you've got a few players who are doing quite well up there. But your recruitment, your transfer budget, 6 million with just a big wage. Not an amazing amount. Now, I'd imagine you've probably beaten me in other fixtures as well, considering you won the league. But there's obviously the cup final, which we've already counted in terms of points. The league fixtures, you defeated me 3-0 at home. The away fixture, though, there's the Super Cup, 2-0, where I beat you there. The away fixture, though, which was played earlier on, you also beat me with a 90th minute winner from Akgün.
Oh, imagine what the crowd went like then.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my God.
Mine was probably not so happy, and I was probably getting things chucked at me as I was walking off the pitch, but there we go. So bad result for Fenerbahce this season. Let's take a look at the points. Season 3 points are Megaluk with 1 and Dad with 11, meaning the total points are Megaluk with 9 and Dad with 21.
My key signing this year is attacking midfielder Gelabert, a free transfer who goes into my number 10 position.
And my key signing is defensive midfielder Kevin Damois. He cost me £20 million, but he's an excellent player that I picked up from Auxerre in France. Down alongside Damois, I picked up another midfielder, this time Marlon Gomez from Shakhtar. They've always been very good at bringing across Brazilian talents, and this one is no different. Marlon Gomez, defensive midfielder. He looks fantastic.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Very good. 24 years of age. I think his star rating's a bit cruel on him, really. I think he should be a little bit better than that. But if they rate him to be even better in terms of potential, oh, I'll take it, because we need it. Very good player, and again, not that much money either. £9 million. That's a bargain. He got 13 assists last season. I'll be happy with that this season upcoming. But we've also signed a few players out on loan, and we've also brought in a couple of goalkeepers, because Edison at the end of last season was running out of contract, and I couldn't offer him a contract, but he wouldn't say he was retiring. Now, the reason why, and I discovered this after, was because he had a clause in his contract that if he played a certain amount of games in his final year of his contract, it would extend. Not knowing this, I thought I'd be losing Edison, so I brought in not one, but 2 goalkeepers. So Falcone has joined on a free transfer, as you can see. Not a bad goalkeeper, nowhere near the level of Edison. And then Daniel Peretz, who we've also signed here. We picked him up from Bayern Munich. And then, because Borussia Dortmund lost Kobel, he's gone there on loan. So he's left Bayern Munich and ended up at Dortmund via Fenerbahce for a season.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
So yeah, Daniel Peretz, who's not a bad goalkeeper either, he probably would have been my number 1 out of the 2 that I did sign, has gone out on loan. Because I also lost Livakovic, who's gone to Moscow there, and Amrabat, who's gone to Besiktas, which was a sad one. I wanted to keep Amrabat. I liked him at Manchester United. So those are the other signings. And then I've loaned myself Yusuf Akhtacek, who is a Turkish centre-back. So he went to Turkey. He went to Saudi Arabia via Fenerbahce anyway for £19 million. So I think I didn't actually make that deal unless it was throughout the... No, it wasn't throughout the season. I think that was a deal in real life that's happened. But we've loaned him back anyway because he's not playing that many games, just as an option for us at centre-back. I think we're going to need him. So this season, we have changed things around slightly. We've gone and changed a few roles and few instructions. We've gone for the 4-3-3. We've got a wide outlet in Ansu Fati because, let's face it, we don't need Ansu Fati to track back that much. He's only got 11 work rate. Yeah. He's only got 5 for tackling. Let him do what he does best. Just stay out there in the touchline. Yeah. What do they call it? They call it cheating, don't they?
Yeah.
Defenders. That player's cheated. Yeah. He's staying far up the pitch. That's what we need Ansu Fati to do. We need him to cheat. Up there with Vitor Roque, Asensio can track back a little bit. He's got slightly better work rates and he's a little bit older, maybe a bit more experienced. So that's what we're going to do this season. So, looking at my fixtures at the start of the season, we have started again very well.
Worrying again, isn't it?
Yeah, including a Europa League win against Manchester United, beating them 4-1. Which I'll definitely take.
That's a good result, yes.
So, absolutely buzzing with that. Very good start to the league campaign with 5 wins from 5. Although last season we did that. We finished in 3rd. But we've started very well in all competitions, which makes me very excited for this season ahead. Now, Dad, you've got a good attacking midfielder in.
Yes.
As your key signing in Jalabert, who, again, I agree, it was a good signing from you, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Not a bad little player, that. Jaden Dans is the other player coming in on loan.
On loan, yeah.
I think if we go back a season, you haven't been gifted a lot of money the last couple of years.
No, I haven't, no.
So Jaden Dans is very good.
I was worried about whether Victor gets an injury and that who I could replace him, if he's going to score goals for me. So I just thought, well, I ain't got money to buy out to what I call a really good striker. So I've seen this young guy available for a loan. So
yeah.
There you go.
Covers the top 3 behind as well.
Yeah, so...
of course, you were playing and still are.
Yes. Well, you'd be mad if you changed it.
What idiot changes the tactic?
You don't do that, do you? Christ almighty.
You've never done that.
No, I wouldn't.
It's not on your resume, ever.
The only thing I was getting annoyed about, really, was I kept on having to lock my right back in.
Yeah.
Even though he was giving me a good sort of return on the season.
I mean, last year he did quite well, didn't he? He got 3 assists last season, but the first season was 12.
Season, yeah, so...
I've got him playing inverted this season, but he still played well.
Yeah.
Because then he sort of occupies that defensive midfield slot, being inverted.
Yeah, I'll keep loyal to him, keep him in the team, and see what we can do this season. So hopefully, if I have a better start this season, I feel a bit better, So hopefully I did. But I've got another striker in just in case.
All right. So the fixture schedule for yourself have dropped points. First game of the season, a 2-2 draw there.
Yeah.
Actually had to save the draw the 91st minute from Victor Osman. But outside of that, scoring goals, even beat Besiktas again at Besiktas. But then lost, unfortunately, your first game of the Champions League to Sporting.
That's a bad result with that, really.
They're kind of on par with you, I guess.
Yeah, they are. I suppose seeing I played away, it sort of gives them a bit more of an advantage than it does. I mean, no one likes coming to Galatasaray to play, so that's where I sort of benefit a little bit with home games.
Yeah.
Better start than last season, so hopefully it just carries on like it did last season.
Yeah, right. Well, let's see if Dan can retain his league title, and maybe... let's see if I can actually win a bloody cup, because I keep losing in that competition, normally, when I come up against Dad. Well, once again, it's very embarrassing for both of us. Because Trabzonspor, and if you remember correctly, they got relegated. Last season, I don't think they were even in the league. Oh, they were in the league last season. It was the season before that they were not even in the league. So it took them just 2 seasons to go from Division 2 in Turkey to winning the bloody thing and only losing 2 games. I don't think I've ever seen the AI do that well.
No.
That's absolutely mental. They've had no Tycoon takeover. So this is just the same squad, the same Trabzonspor board, and they somehow managed to pull off this miracle. This man here, what a story that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's been terrible for us and our time here, because Samsunspor have also won the league. Trabzonspor's now won the league. But in some miraculous circumstances, Turkish football is not for us. But it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Fun for the neutral. If you don't have a hat in this ring out of Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, you must be having a good time, because Trabzonspor's won the league 1 year, Samsunspor's won the league another, and somehow me and Dad are failing miserably in terms of managing to win it ourselves. And not to mention, in the cup, once again I lose in the final to Dad, this time on penalties. Now, normally, it's me who wins the games against each other, which is the reason why I tend to pick up more points over the span of 5 years. You've kicked my ass in this.
Yes.
Really have. A 3-3 finish on penalties was then one. Pellegrini and Marlon Gomez did miss. It went into extra time, but then I took the lead in extra time. And Yunus Akgün could score in the 117th minute there to take it to a penalty shootout. He also scored the last penalty for you, which of course won it. Very disappointing for me. Yet to get my hands on the Turkish Cup, and that would have just sort of brought me back in, because you've won a point for finishing above me. You've done very well and now winning the cup as well. Scored the most goals again. Look, Victor Osimhen was back with the golden boot. Highest average rating was one of my players for a change, which is kind of nice. Doesn't mean anything now though, but still. Most clean sheets was yourself. And viewers conceded only 28. So they got that locked down.
That's what they've done there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They defended very well, Trabzonspor. You can see why they've won the league. Maybe I won the Europa League? No. Lille got to the final again. No, they've had a wonderful time in this rebuild.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
We are seeing some clubs have a better rebuild within this 5 years that are not even in the same country as the one that we are rebuilding in. Which is terrible. I lost to Atletico Madrid 5-4 on aggregate. There's some big teams in that Europa League. Man United played Chelsea, and then Viking, that's crazy, from Norway, got to the semi-final. That's mental. Who played them? I bet it's Chelsea. No, Lille. Chelsea had to knock out Atletico Madrid. Didn't do very well in the Europa League either. Never mind. Oh, what about the Super Cup? I did play the Super Cup, and I lost in it. Should have checked it. My own mistake. Should have checked it.
I've had a good year then, really.
You've had a very good year, because you beat me in that as well. We'll have to check the league fixtures. Hopefully I can get a couple of points there. But at the minute, it ain't looking good. I also drew in that fixture there against you. So that's 1 point that I did definitely not win.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I win the final game that we haven't checked, or else I am winning 0 points this year in season number 4 with what I consider to be a much better team than when I took over at Fenerbahce. Vitor Roque got 34 goals. Lovely stuff. Marco Asensio got 26 with 13 assists. Herbanski, 17 and 18. Ansu Fati got 6 and 15. Didn't play as much. Must have got injured at some point. Recruitment, £14 million. They should not give me that much money. I should not be trusted with that. Dad, let's have a look at your squad, and then we'll look at that final fixture. Victor Osimhen. I just presumed it was him. I didn't even look at the name, to be honest.
I
just looked to see who was top scorer and just presumed it was him. It was him.
Yeah.
38. Jalabert, new signing, 14 and 15. Did very well.
Yes.
This guy, though, had a wonderful year. Yilmaz,
yes.
26 assists.
Yeah,
I remember
really
having, when I used to play football, a long time ago, I had a very good strike partner called Zach Rosen. And I remember having a season like that, where it's just, wherever I put the ball, it just landed where Zach was running to. And he would score every single time. If anybody likes playing darts, and if you ever seen his streams on Kick in the Mud Sports, that's my friend Zach. He was my strike partner, and we just had one mad season where we just had such a weird connection where I would miss hit a ball, and it would just land at his feet. He had a great time that year. He scored 30 plus goals. I had nearly 30 assists. It was crazy. But yeah, Yilmaz has had one of those years by the looks of it. Okay, this final fixture, I've tried dragging it on as long as possible. The final fixture against each other, let's see it. So there was the 2-2 draw. The other fixture against each other, there's the Super Cup final there, 3-1, is there. And you beat me 4-0. Definitely should have checked it. Should have just carried on going on about my football career with Zach Rosen. Anyway, let's have a look at the final points tally. The season 4 points tally. I wish it was the final points tally. But I've got to do another season of this. Season 4 points are Megaluk with 0 and Dad with 7, meaning the total points going into the final year is Megaluk with 9 and Dad with 28.
My key signing for the final season is the Italian defender Coppola, a great defender from Brighton for only 16 million.
My key signing has been mentioned on this rebuild, and it's the Turkish midfielder Erkan Kürçü, who joined on a free transfer from Besiktas and will be an asset to my midfield this season. Yes, Dad, we mentioned him earlier. He was at Besiktas.
Yes.
He was one of the best players in the Media Dream 11. He's now playing for me, which might be the worst mistake of his career so far in his prime, joining us.
Good signing that, I think.
Yeah, we had to make do with a lot of free transfers because of the money situation at the club. We didn't have any. Gustavo Sa was another one from Malacao that we've picked up. Very similar, actually, to Erkan Kürçü there. That's like a centre midfield option. Mark Guehi, we still don't quite know. Normally, when I do these pronounces, and I always get loads of people commenting going, it's pronounced, and tell you how. When we mentioned that one, nobody.
No.
Not a single soul wanted to put their name to it. By the way, thank you very much for getting this 5. You're part of the season 5 crew.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
I always do feel like, though, when it's in rebuilds like this where we're struggling, We feel like it's one of the worst rebuilds ever. You're probably really enjoying it because we're struggling so much.
Yeah.
So there might be more getting to season 5 than usual. Let us know down in the comments. Also, if there's like a hype button there, smash that hype button. It's a YouTube way of telling us you like the video. So if you can do it, it's great. Thank you. But Mark's another one who's joined. Jumaba, we've got him on loan from Manchester City. We just lacked centre-back options, so we brought in Jumaba, who is not a bad player there, 6'5". And then we've got Frederick Svoivold, who, to be honest, yeah, that's why I signed him.
Good squad player.
Yeah.
Hey,
right back,
that's one of
predominantly.
One of my own years there. Love him.
Very good player. So, yeah, he's joined from Bodo Glimt, of course. Great place. I'd love to go watch a game in Bodo Glimt with all the snow, wouldn't you? Be great.
Yeah.
So there we go, from Norway. So let's have a look then at my matchday squad and have a look what was set up, because we have changed it. We have gone to a narrow diamond. Ooh, a bit fancy. To a 4-4-2 out of possession as well. So you can see there's a couple of players who might struggle to get across. We're asking Sa to do a bit of a run over there. From a free roll there, but that's because Abansky drops alongside Marlon Gomez. But I'm interested to see how it plays out, because I haven't really used a narrow diamond in this Football Manager yet. But we're at the point where I'm so far behind in points, I was willing to experiment, because if I find something great, I can use it in the future. I'm used to using wingers, which obviously have been quite good on Football Manager, so I didn't have too much optimism for it. And we have lost 2 games already that I would anticipate we should be winning. But then we also just defeated the champions, Trabzonspor. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, I'll be honest. Turkey's been a blur for us these 5 seasons. Been absolutely crazy. But there we go. Let's have a look, Dad, at the remainder of your transfers, because, of course, Coppola was just one of them for 16 million. You've also signed, for money, Zieloski from Roma for £5 million, so he looks like quite a good defender.
Yeah, good centre back, really. So
great physicals.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
very good for him. And then we've also got £8 million for Konstantin Tuyakavin from Dynamo Moscow. So the Russian striker there.
Yeah, I mean, I had the striker on loan last season. I think he scored 8 goals in 9 games or something like that. So it showed to me that I sort of needed a striker just in case. So that's why I got this guy in, really.
I mean, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 games. He started the season very well.
Yeah.
Already got kind of his money back from £8 million. But he's not the only one that you've brought in, because Eong has joined. He's also a striker. Free transfer.
You might be guessing what's happened.
Oh, I wonder.
Why would I bring in 2 strikers?
Yeah. Shea Charles has joined from Southampton. Another free transfer. He's developed well, isn't he?
Oh,
Jesus.
He's so good, isn't he? So, yeah, I'm sort of pleased by bringing this guy in. And he spine of the team, like I always call it, really. So he can play in the 3 positions. Good player to have in the squad, I feel.
Yeah, very good. Then we've got Ilman Ndiaye, free agent. Another attacking player.
Yes.
Plays out on the wing, plays in behind that striker.
Play right across.
Sometimes does play it quite a lot up front, doesn't he, for Everton?
So I thought it was just a good signing, really, to have in there.
Yeah.
Filling in all the space. So I just feel I've added to the squad really well.
Sold this man here, which was the left back.
Left back, yes. The Turkish left back that I was kept on getting into my team who decided to sign. I just wanted to give the other guy a bit of a chance, and I had good
money for him.
Yeah, someone coming good, just £8.5 million profit from him.
Yeah, that paid for Tuyakavin.
Yes.
So let's have a look at the final tactic. We have gone 2 up front. Very attacking. To be fair, that's like your first season one.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's very close to it, isn't it?
So going 2 up front. Van der Brem's still in that inverted wing-back role.
Yeah, so get him in there. So
2 inverted wing-backs, as you can see. It will help out the defence midfield. If we're going for the best 11 pick, you can see Singo does go back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Not a bad lineup.
I'm looking at that thinking, it's going to do it. I think it'll do it. I think this a
win the league again?
I'm just thinking that the rebuild. I'm on. As long as I win the rebuild, I should do with the amount of points I am. So it just puts the icing on the cake.
19 points ahead, I don't think. Unless you get sacked.
We're a bit embarrassed. What have we won it once each so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, so have the
2 for what? 2 on 1 trophies.
Yeah,
for the league titles. Alright, so your fixtures at the start of the season suggest a bit of a rocky one, because there is some draws in there, and you were knocked out of the Champions League by Slavia Prague. Does mean you've gone into the Europa League, though.
That could be good for me. That could be good for me. That's an extra trophy that I feel that I could be one of the favourites going for, really.
Samsunspor, one of the champions.
That's a good win.
4-0 against them.
Yeah, that's a bad draw.
And then against this team that we have never seen yet, we drop points, and this is why it's crazy.
Yes, yeah, because then my next game 1-0. That's
against Besiktas, yeah.
That's an hard game for us, really, to take it 1-0. I'm really pleased with that. So
Göztepe 3-2 away win.
So I'm looking at that thinking, all right, it's not a drastic sort of like really bad start to the season, but it's not brilliant.
No.
So, but I'll take it though.
Okay, well, let's see. Final season then. Can I salvage this? It isn't out of the realm of possibility. I would need to win both the league and cup. Dad would need to be sacked, and I would need to beat him in both fixtures, and it could be possible. Well, it's the Super Cup.
Before.
And it has happened before, that I might be able to pull back the 19 points. Let's see if it happens. Season number 5. It has happened before, but it's not happened today. 6 points clear at the top, Dad. Congratulations. Champions of Turkey once again, and I finished in second place this time. We had a new third place in Besiktas, who's come into the contention there with 64 points. They were quite close. But yeah, won the league.
More goals than me this season.
I was going to say, most goals scored, though, Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
Do we get a trophy for that? I also won the Golden Boot, 24 for Vitor Roque. You had the most shots, obvious stuff. There we go. So, most clean sheets, Galatasaray. Fewest conceded was Samsunspor again, so they've done quite well, this whole rebuild, to be honest. What about other competitions? Did I finally get my hands on the cup? No. Dad won it against this team, Risenspor. Where all these teams are coming from and just doing miraculously amazing, I don't know. Didn't win the Europa League either. Unfortunately, neither of us won the Europa League this season.
Yeah.
So let's find out how that all went and played out. So if we're looking at the league phase, I finished above you this time round, but we both finished in the knockout playoff slots, and that's where, unfortunately, you were knocked out by Real Sociedad. I knocked out FCSB and went into the round of 16 where I defeated AZ Alkmaar. They've got a very good team on this year. That's a fun save, by the way. A lot of people always ask me who to do in terms of FM26 to get into a save. They're struggling to get into a save. AZ Alkmaar, that's the team that you got to go for. Trust me, such a good young side. Quarter-final, that's when I come up against Real Sociedad. Yeah. They are scoring some goals. 8-5. They beat me on aggregate. The Super Cup. Trabzonspor won it. I don't even know who I was in it, but well, I must have been if it was on there. But yeah, Trabzonspor went on and won it, so never mind. For the final time, let's have a look at this Fenerbahce squad. 32 goals from Vitor Roque, 13, 18 from Ansu Fati. What went wrong, you might ask? Probably the system. I think I had good enough players, even the likes of like my midfield, like Dan Wire's a great player. I think I just could not get a system that got them ticking. One season I was good in defence, wouldn't score enough goals. The next season like this, scoring quite a lot of goals, conceding too many. Just could not get the balance right. Dad, let's have a look at your Galatasaray side. We know how you finished in all the competitions. Let's have a look to see how they did in terms of goals. That's the lowest we have ever seen it.
That's really bad for him, isn't it? Yeah.
Considering how attacking you went in that final year.
And we won the league.
Yeah. It's crazy.
If you picked that season there, looked at that compared to the first season when he scored 48 goals, was it?
Yeah, something silly, especially just in the league campaign. 37.
Yeah, unbelievable. You'd have thought it'd been the other way around. You'd have thought that first season I'd have won the league easily. And this season, I would nowhere near it, but
very different indeed. But there we go. The save game file will be made available for anybody who wants to download it from patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming or on the YouTube channel members. Remember, YouTube channel members, you also get access to the videos earlier than anybody else. Sometimes it's a couple of hours. Sometimes it's even a day if we manage to get the videos sorted quite quickly. But let's have a look then at the final points tally of this rebuild. Season number 5 then, due to one league win, Omega Luke picks up 1 point, but Dad picks up 7, meaning the total points across all 5 seasons is Omega Luke with 10 and Dad with 35. There we go, season 5 crew, 10 points to 35. Oh, it's a close one. I like it when it's that close, don't you? Jesus, God, I'm glad to get out of Turkey for a while because as much as I thought my signings was good, just nothing was gelling for me. Just that one league season. I think that was the only trophy I actually managed to win, which is rather embarrassing. And outside of that, I was only picking up 1 point. A terrible time for me, a terrible rebuild for me, but I hope you still enjoyed it anyway, enjoyed the suffering. Why not check out this video on screen? Because right now, me and Dad are going through the Glory Hunter Challenge, and I'll tell you what, it is picking up massively. A lot of people would have dropped off after that season 1 because one of us took a very early advantage. It's hotting up now. Make sure you go and watch it. There's episode 1 on screen.